What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with another weekly reset inside of Destiny 2. Of course it is the 19th of November, and so hopefully we've got a pretty good one because we've got the launch of the Vex Offensive Final Assault, and that means we're finally going to meet the Undying Mind and start the kind of true ending phase for Season 8. So we'll find out what that's all about. Of course Festival of the Lost has come to an end, but we do have the rest of Reset, powerful and pinnacle rewards, featured activities, vendors, the Eververse inventory, and as always a bunch of other content to round up. But before we get going, if you're looking for some great gamer drinks to help improve focus and keep you locked in for long gaming sessions, then be sure to check out my friends at Now Drinks. They have a bunch of tasty alternatives to energy drinks and that less healthy stuff. And you can save 10% in their store with code Houndish if you decide to pick anything up. As always, the links for that will be down below. Now though, first up, of course, we do have the launch of Final Assault. And I'm not sure if it's just a buggy tower or whether the portal isn't quite finished just yet. But of course, we can head through to the Final Assault right now. And if we head over to the moon, we can see that the kind of main mode itself is listed as Final Assault. So I'm not sure if we'll get any additional kind of narrative, rewards, cutscenes, anything like that to do with this mode, or whether it's just kind of a variation on the original one. But of course, I will keep you posted here on the channel. And for folks working on the Undying title, you'll finally be able to defeat that Undying Mind a series of times. So yeah, we'll see what it's all about once we can get into the game. Over to the moon though, of course the Lectern and the Eris weekly challenges have refreshed, so you can get the powerful gear right there, and otherwise Eris will have all of her weekly and daily bounties and stuff like that in the inventory. If you're wondering about nightmare hunts for this week, we do have the Nightmare Hunt Isolation to hunt the Nightmare of Taniks right there. We've also got the Nightmare Hunt for Servitude, which is for Zydron, that's the actual boss. And then we've got Pride, which of course is the Nightmare Hunt for Skolas, so if you are working on any of those, hopefully they'll be useful ones for the titles and stuff this week. And of course we do have the normal powerful and then pinnacle gear for these as well. Also though, of course on the map we do have the Dungeon, Pit of Heresy with the pinnacle gear right there, and we've just got the kind of standard mode for that. But then there is the Garden of Salvation with a new raid challenge this week, and it is the To the Top challenge, so if you are completing all of those, you can get a new one this week. Quick shout for the Altar of Sorrow weapons this week. Of course, they're still on that daily rotation, and so we should get the Blasphemer today, that is the shotgun, and then tomorrow should be the Apostate Sniper, then the Heretic Rocket Launcher on Thursday, and so on. As we draw closer to the end of the season though, let's take another look at the Eververse Store for this week though. So we've got a bunch of featured silver items as always, and there may be stuff that you can kind of spot there that you want to pick up. But for the featured Bright Dust section, we do have the Eat It Up emote right there. I'm not even going to try and say the name of this one, but a pretty cool ghost shell from Season of Undying. We've got the Blind Clutch Transmat effect and a couple of shaders and always consumables and things like that. We do have the rest of the inventory right here with silver purchases, but then on the main Bright Dust page, we've got the Moonbound projection. I'm seeing the helmet from the Titan set for this season. We've got the ornament right there for Bad Omens and the Tower Shell. And then Ikora's Resolve from back in Curse of Osiris, been a while since we had that one. And we've also got the Jotanier, or Jotanier, however you say it exactly, the Sparrow for Bright Dust this week. And then the Eat It Up emote once again on this page, as well as more shaders, effects and things like that. If you're wondering about other milestones and things like that though, we do have European Dead Zone as the flashpoint this week, and then the other powerful challenges and everything like that, as always, are listed on the director. For featured Crucible, we do have Mayhem right there. We've also got Labs Elimination and Breakthrough for the featured playlists, and then we've got Survival, Control, and Rumble across the middle, and of course you can complete these for powerful gear. We do have the Nightfall Ordeal this week, taking place on the moon, so it's probably the Scarlet Keep right there, which should be pretty fun. But for other Nightfalls, we do have the Inside Terminus, and from here you can get the Long Goodbye Sniper. We've also got Strange Terrain, where you can get the Braytech Osprey, and then the Hollowed Lair, where you can get the Mindbender's Ambition Shotgun. For some of our legacy content though, right here we have the Menagerie, so we've got Void Singe, Iron, and Heavyweight for the normal mode, and then Extinguish, Iron, Blackout, and Void Singe for the heroic version. For the Reckoning though, we do have Solar Singe, and then we've got Heavyweight up. If you're wondering about modifiers for the old kind of raid layers and things like that, for the Leviathan raid layers we do have Prestige Gladiator, and then Arms Master up with a Sidearm, Scout Rifle, and Sword for this week. Some of you guys are wondering about these, so we'll try and cover them in the video. If you are jumping into the Escalation Protocol this week, Neurobath is the boss, and this boss can randomly drop the Ikelos shotgun when you take them down, and so it's a pretty good week to farm for that one. But then of course we have the Dreaming City cycle of content, And if you're completing Ascendant challenges where you pop the Tincture of Queensfoil, the challenge for this week will be the Keep of Owned Edges, and this is accessed via Harbinger's Seclude. If you want the location and gameplay of that one, I will link it at the end of the video. For a couple of known issues in the game before we end the video, bear in mind that some of these problems are persistent at the moment, but Vex Offensive is not currently offering its Powerful Rewards milestone, and that has the potential to change with Final Assault, but Bungie are also aware of the fact that Titans can only throw one hammer or shield per super activation in Momentum, that some universal ornaments may appear to be locked in collections after they've been obtained. They're still tracking the problem where players who cross-save may lose access to the exotic quest for Malfeasance when they defeat the Ascendant Primeval Servitor. There's some kind of quest bug associated with cross-save, but they're also looking at issues with the Jotun and Limonic exotic quests, which aren't correctly tracking legendary frames completed. And they do point out that the weekly Vanguard Strike challenge says that players must complete Vanguard bounties during the week, but that isn't correct, and players must complete Vanguard Strikes with an equipped subclass that matches the week's Elemental Singe modifier. And so just a few things to bear in mind right there, and hopefully we'll have updates and fixes to those problems soon. But for now guys, I will keep you posted on the Vex Offensive Final Assault, and of course the rest of the content that we're going to be getting throughout the course of this season, but especially we should start to hear a little bit of news for what to expect in Season of Dawn over the next couple of weeks. So stay locked in on the channel if you are new around here, be sure to get subscribed, and turn on notifications if you want to keep up to date with everything related to the game. But otherwise, as always, thank you for tuning in. Here is the gameplay of the Ascendant Challenge for this week, some of it courtesy of my friend Jarvinus, and you can check his channel out for a bunch of Destiny content as well. That'll be linked down below, but guys, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have an awesome week.